We introduce Clara, played by Alfre Woodard. She's working at a law office when she gets a phone call about her mother. Cut to her driving down to Savannah, Georgia, narrating about her mom and her stories. Turns out her mother has passed away. She arrives in Savannah and stays with her friend's family, who welcomes her with open arms. The next day, her friends are debating how to comfort her. Clara takes a walk with their kids and tells them about this man who supposedly lives in the woods. At the funeral, people share stories about her mother, how she's always captivated folks with her tales. Afterward, the topic of the wishing tree comes up. That legend starts back in 1851 when Celia, a young slave girl, tried to escape during a storm. She wished for safety under a tree, and by the next day, she woke up free in Philadelphia beside an elm tree. The kids take the story seriously and go looking for the tree. Clara thinks it's a hopeless mission but feels sorry for them. Later, those kids run into a random black man in the woods. He wins them over with magic trips. Creepy as hell, but the kids are sold. Back at the house, Clara's friend calls her out for not visiting more often. Clara explains she's been busy working and didn't want to depend on her father's money. The friend hits her with,
"Well, if that is really how you feel, then I feel sorry for you. Because with all your big education, you don't know anything about love."
"Girl, please." Clara made the right choice. The kids return and tell Clara about meeting the band. Clara's now packing to leave for Atlanta. She drives off but sees the same man in the field playing with birds. Then she realizes the family's dog stowed away in her car, so she turns back around. That evening, Clara and her friend have tea. She admits it feels like her mom doesn't want her leaving Savannah. They cry it out. The next day, Clara's sitting bored on the porch with her friends like, "Is this all y'all do all day?" Meanwhile, the kids are hanging out with Magic Man. He shows them his animals, takes them on a picnic, and they nickname him Magic Man. Clara finds them with him in the woods. She recognizes him from the field. The kids beg her not to tell their mom. Clara agrees, but only if she supervises their visits. She starts spending time with him too, learns his name is Thomas, and he teaches her some sign language. A few days later, she invites Thomas to an anniversary party in town. He's hesitant, and honestly, I don't blame him. At the party, the kids and Clara wait for him, but the little boy wanders into the woods looking for Thomas right before a storm. 0 survival skills. The boy is later found with a skull fracture and injuries that look like a tree fell on him. Thomas was there when they found him, but then disappeared. Now, the town paints him as a suspect, and we find out he even has a history of assault. No wonder he stayed away from people. The cops catch him. Clara visits Thomas, but since he can't speak, he comes across as aggressive. Her friend is pissed Clara took Thomas on as a client and kicks her out. Clara ends up at her mom's old house where she probably should have been from the start. She digs into his past. Turns out his criminal record was a misunderstanding. Thomas was born without vocal cords. He accidentally broke someone's wrist while trying to get medicine for his mother. Not exactly the violent monster people think. At trial, the case is dismissed. Thomas goes to the hospital. The little girl lights up seeing him. He lays hands on the injured boy, and 2 hours later, the boy wakes up from his coma. Later, Thomas takes Clara into the woods and shows her the real wishing tree. He prompts her to make a wish. What she wished for? No clue. They never say. Back at her law office, Clara gets a sculpture of her mother's head as a gift. The movie ends with her telling the kids to make a wish at the tree. It might just come true. She reflects that Thomas reminded her of someone her mother used to tell her about. And that's the end of this movie, and here are my final thoughts. So this movie is called The Wishing Tree. I never heard of it, but it had Alfre Woodard in it, and I was like, yes, gotta watch it. Now, I'm gonna say this falls in the Hallmark movie frame, okay? There was not really a lot of drama. It was a good movie, but I wanted more. I'm not sure. I wanted more. I mean, I love seeing Alfre Woodard in any movie. I think she's a phenomenal actress. So I feel like there was a lot of disconnect with the white characters, not understanding why Alfre Woodard did what she did as far as her career was concerned. And I really didn't like that. And then we have the Magic Man. I'm sorry, stranger danger. Those white kids had no survival skills. And then when the child gets hurt, of course, who are they gonna blame? The black man that can't talk. And I don't understand how nobody thought to get a sign language expert to speak to him or to, communicate with him. They didn't ask no questions. And I was just like, if this ain't a country town for you, they don't care what you have to say. If you in the right place at the wrong time, we're gonna pin it on you. And I was like, I hate that. So I guess it was some drama, but I felt like the drama was kind of unrealistic, if that makes sense, because I feel like if that really happened in real life, that man would have been thrown under the jail, okay? Even if he told the truth. And especially back then, they didn't have cameras or anything. Apparently, they had a camera on the police car. I also thought it was real strange how he gets acquitted in court. You know, they say, oh, you're not guilty. And then all of a sudden, this white lady who's been acting crazy because she thinks that this man harmed her child allows him to go visit the child in the hospital. Come on, let's be real. Let's be real. No, that wasn't going to happen in real life. So if I had to give this a rating, I'll give it a 3 out of 10. It's not even halfway there for me. It's okay for watching one day if you just want to watch Alfre Woodard in a movie. But like, it's not the best movie I've ever seen in my life. So that's it for this review. I will say that I've got several requests for movies and I have them added, but like I cannot do these movies unless they're on one of these free apps, boo. Okay, so if you request a movie and you Google it and you notice that the movie costs money for me to watch, it's behind a paywall or something like that, you're gonna have to wait. Anyways, I will see you guys next time for the next movie. I'm not sure which one it's going to be. Like I said, it's going to be based on what's free and what I can access. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.